How you all doing? All right, OBS. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry about that. Okay, that's better. What the heck just happened? I saw my audio meters was going in the red. That's weird. That's really, really weird. Huh. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in to another episode of Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play by Play with JJ. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game on here, man. That's what we do. Oh, this was at 100. All right, now it's low. Wait, is that better? Yeah. That's weird. Okay, well, there we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well. The volume's still a little high. Is that better now? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I was looking at my meters, and I was like, holy moly, that's in the red. I was like, wow. What the heck? What's going on? Output. What if I turn down the output? Is that better? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Good stuff. Gave you more bass, JJ. All right. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? The Phillies were able to win last night by a final score of 3-0, and they're looking to try to close out the series this afternoon against the Minnesota Twins. It should be a fun one to watch, and we'll see how the Phillies can do against these Twins today. So on the bump, you have Aaron Nola, who's going to be taking the mound today for the Philadelphia Phillies. Nola, hopefully he can have a very good outing out there for Philadelphia. You're going to need him to really be on his A game. Nola this season has an 11-4 record. He also has a 3.54 ERA as well, along with 120 strikeouts and a 1.04 WHIP as well. Let me test these sound effects real quick to see if this is a little bit loud. So just bear with me. Oh, wait. That's obviously through the Rodecaster. I tested the sound effects before and it was fine. Okay, that's a little bit low. That's better. All right. Yep, OBS working today. I missed your opening. Well, I'm here. Yep, OBS is working, and that's why we got our scenes and our layout very, very similar. So Nola today needs to be on point. Look, he's 31 now. He allowed 4 earned runs in his last outing. Ended up getting only 4 strikeouts. Did not really look so good against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that was the first outing to start off the second half of the season. And the Phillies honestly gave him a lot of run support, and they just were not able to get the win. Remember, the Phillies scored 3 runs in the top of the first against the Pittsburgh Pirates in that game, and then Nola all of a sudden comes into the bottom of the first, and all of a sudden it's a tie game again after allowing what was an RBI double by O'Neal Cruz. Then you had an RBI single an RBI ground out by Nick Gonzalez, and then a sac fly. The Phillies just were not able to have a good production from Aaron Nola his last time out, and they're going to need that today. Stephen Okert is going to be pitching for the Minnesota Twins. It looks like it's going to be a bullpen game. I heard reports that Chris Paddock is going to take over as the game goes on, and he'll probably get like 5 innings or so. But anyhow, regardless, Phillies lineup for today. Well, it'll be Kyle Schwarber batting in the leadoff spot. Then you got Trey Turner batting in the 2 spot. Bryce Harper is playing over at first. He's batting third. Batting fourth will be Alec Bohm. Then it's Brandon Marsh, Nick Castellanos, Bryson Stott, Garrett Stubbs, and Johan Rojas. So that is the lineup for today for the Phils. Schwarber's DHing, Turner's over at shortstop, Harper's over at first. Then you got Bohm at third, Marsh in left, Castellanos in right. Stott's playing over at second. Stubbs is catching behind the plate for JT today. And then Rojas is playing out in center field. And they're going to be going up against Stephen Okert, of course, a former member of the Miami Marlins. He has a 4.4 ERA. Most likely he's just going to go 1 inning, maybe 2. All right. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball just outside by Kyle Schwarber. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We're just underway. First pitch just started. Here we go. And I forgot to change my scene. All right. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is taken for strike 1 to Kyle Schwarber. What a night last night. Last night was a long night. Not as long as the night before, but all right. Here we go. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch by Okert is way up high. It was a sinker at 94 miles per hour. So Schwarber's DHing. Phillies have Schwarber leading things off. They're in their gray tops, gray bottoms. Red Phillies letters spread across the chest, and red jersey numbers and jersey letters on the backside. 2-1. That's taken for ball 3. All right, so OBS is working for us today. Don't want to jinx it. I don't know what the heck happened last night. 3-1 pitch. Up high for ball 4. And Schwarber gets on with the leadoff walk. Keys for today: show good at bats. Have good plate discipline. The one thing that the Phillies did really well in the 9th inning of last night's game was they put up long at-bats. JT had an incredible at-bat against Joan Duran. And Nick Castellanos, of course, had the big 2-run double. Harper had the opposite field double. And then Marsh had the sac fly. First pitch, and that slapped foul by Trey Turner. All right, crew chief for today. You got Nick Lentz calling the balls and the strikes behind the plate. James Jean is over at first base. Lance Barksdale's the second base umpire. And the third base ump is Will Little. The pitch, and now it's a 1-1 count. So Turner batting .337, slugging .531 on the season, and has a dozen homers and 35 RBI. The 1-1 delivery. It's on the outside corner for a strike. It was a changeup at 88 miles per hour. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hello, how we doing today? We're back up and running. That's how we're doing. It's nice. Okert kicks, fires, and throws a ball that's up high. Ellie De La Cruz just hit a home run for the Cincinnati Reds. How about that? That's his 18th homer of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They have Schwarber leading off over at first, and the 2-2 to Trey. It's popped up and hit out over towards the first base side and foul ground, and it's going to go onto the track, and no one can get there to make the catch, so Turner stays alive. Defensively for the Twins, it'll be Jeffers behind the plate. Then you got Okert on the bump. Over at first base, it's Carlos Santana. Second baseman is Edward Julian. Then you got Willie Castro over at third base. And the shortstop is Brooks Lee. 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul by Trey Turner. All right. Here we go, baby. George! 2-2 to Trey. Bouncing ball hit over towards the right side, and it gets underneath the glove of the second baseman, Julian. Schwarber's going to go over to third, and Trey Turner gets on with an opposite field single. It just went over towards the right center field side. Turner was able to push it out to right center, and it got underneath the glove of Julian. The ground ball was hit pretty sharply, but Turner just put it in the right spot, and that's going to put runners at the corners, and Bryce Harper is coming up to bat. Harper, of course, had the big double to start off the rally in the 9th inning. George! Let's see those Harper emojis in the chat. Members, let's go. Harper wearing the white batting gloves. And the first pitch way up high for a ball. And Turner swipes second base without a throw. So the Phillies have something cooking already in the top of the first. Turner got a very good jump, and there was not even a throw drawn over to second base. Jeffers again behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes to Harper, and the next pitch, it's popped up, hit out towards foul ground, towards the third base side, and there to make the grab, almost dropping it, is Willie Castro, and there's one away. Surprised that he actually went after that pitch. And I think Rocco Baldelli is going to make a pitching change already. So there's one out in the top of the first. We do have runners over at second and third. And Okert's his afternoon already is done after just a third of an inning. So already a pitching change. And I wonder if Paddock's going to come on in now. All right. I'm going to take a very quick step off. I have to blow my nose. I will be right back, though, in just a few moments. All right, we're back. All right, answer the poll question down below. I didn't have time to make one earlier today, so I just made it now. I want to know, how do we feel about the 1 o'clock start times on a Wednesday afternoon or even on a Thursday afternoon whenever they wrap up a series? Do we like it? Do we not like it? David Festa is going to come in to pitch for the Twins. This will be his third outing of the season. He has a 1-1 record and a 10.8 ERA. So, because it's a bullpen game, an Okert only pitches like an inning. The pitch, and that is low for a ball. They're banged up a little bit, the Twins, when it comes to their starting rotation. I'm on summer break, so it's fine with me. How do we feel about the 1 p.m. start on Wednesday and Thursday afternoons? The 1-0 to bohm, and that is taken for a strike. This Skeleton does not like it. A little early, but I like having the rest of the day for myself. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. The 1-1 to bohm, and that is fouled away towards the right side. In the outfield for the Twins, we have Kepler playing out in right. Buxton's in center. Came in the pinch run last night. And then Trevor Larnach is playing out in left field. 1-2 on the way. On the outside corner for a called strike 3. And Alec Bohm is not happy with that call. That was certainly a strike, though. And he just froze up at that pitch. Not a good at-bat by Bohm right there. You have to be aggressive. And now all of a sudden there's 2 outs. There was nobody out with runners at second and third. And now Marsh has to come through with a hit here. And the pitch, and that is low for a ball. Vince does not like that. I'm kind of tired because I was on the phone till 4 a.m. Yeah, you were. That was a good convo, though. It helped me because I wasn't feeling my best last night, as you can probably tell. The 1-0, and that is grounded foul. Festa has a four-seamer, a slider, and a changeup. His four-seamer averages at about 93, 94 miles per hour. He'll get you 95, though, some of the time. And the 1-1 is way up high and inside. Sorry, I meant to say that, oh my gosh. His slider averages about 93. His four-seamer comes in at 97. There's a big difference. 2-1. Just misses. Great eye by Marsh there. Decided to take the changeup at 89 miles per hour. Three balls, one strike. Festa on the bump. And the next pitch, it was a fastball down the middle, and it's fouled off by Brandon Marsh. So the count is full. There's 2 outs in the top of the first. Marsh is up to bat, and there's 2 runners on. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle. Marsh had the sack fly in last night's game to give the Phillies the 1-0 lead in the 9th. 3-2 on the way, and that is a called strike 3 at the knees, and Marsh threw the bat down thinking it was ball 4. He does not agree with the call, but that was clearly a strike 2. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the first inning, and the Phillies had 2 runners on with nobody out and nothing to it, and we go to the bottom of the first. Man, that was not good. That is not what they needed. Marsh thought that was ball 4. It was clearly at the knees. I don't know what he was looking at. I'm usually a little bit harsh on the umps. I got to be honest, I like the early starts on the weekends, but not during the week. I feel that. That's understandable. I don't like it in April. I don't like it in May. Well, actually, I'm sorry. In May, I kind of like it because if there's a Sixers game that's on and it's a playoff game, with all due respect, I want the Phillies game over in the day. So that way I can watch the Sixers or even playoff hockey at nighttime. So, hey, JJ, what's up, Cheryl? How you doing, Cheryl? What's good? Go Phillies. I knew Trey was going to steal second as soon as I saw Kyle go over to third. Yeah. Too bad that they just could not get either one of them home. All right, Willie Castro is going to be leading things off for the Twins as we go to the bottom of the first. Then it's Trevor Larnach, who's batting in the 2 spot. Byron Buxton is batting in the 3 hole, playing out in center field. Max Kepler is playing in right field. He's batting in the cleanup spot. Carlos Santana's over at first base, the switch-hitting first baseman. Then you got Matt Wallman DHing today. Made a really good throw out in left field to gun Trey Turner out at second base. And then Ryan Jeffers is catching behind the plate. Brooks Lee is at shortstop, and Edward Julian will round things up, batting in the 9 spot. I just called my cat JJ by mistake. That's funny. I gotta get the little drum roll sound effect. The ba-da-bump. I gotta do that. Willie Castro will take a strike all the way. It was right down the middle. Aaron Nola is on the mound. No balls, 1 strike. Nola kicks, fires, and throws a knuckle curve. Then he gets the generous call that time. It looked a little outside, but it was a called strike. It was a good pitch nonetheless, though. Remember we said that Nola in his last outing did not have a good start. Phillies had a 3-0 lead against the Pittsburgh Pirates heading into the bottom of the first. And all of a sudden, that quickly became erased. He got the lead twice, and he quickly evaporated those leads. 0-2. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. Not that deep. Marsh goes over towards his right, and will make the catch for out number 1. Now it's Larnach who's coming up. This is start number 21 for Nola this season. He has an 11-4 record, a 3.54 earned run average, and 120 strikeouts on the season, along with 28 walks allowed. overall, he's done a really good job. 1 out, bottom of the first. And the pitch to Larnach is taken all the way for strike one. It was a four-seamer at 92. Larnach batting .248, 10 homers, and 32 runs batted in. And the 0-1 swing and a miss. That knuckle curve looked great that time. That's his out pitch, clearly. He's gone to that a couple of times. He didn't really do that the last time out. He didn't trust his knuckle curve for some reason. I had noticed that he didn't really throw it too much in his last outing. 0-2 pitch. Another knuckle curve that swung on and missed for strike three. That thing disappeared out of the zone like it was a magic trick. And he just pulled it on a rope. You think it's a fastball that's just going to flatten out, and then it just dips. And there's 2 away, and Byron Buxton is coming up. Phillies defensively, from 1 through 9, Nola's on the mound. His battery is Garrett Stubbs. Over at first base, it's Bryce Harper. At second base, it's Bryson Stott. And the pitch, ground ball down the left field line. It is a fair ball. And Marsh has to go get it in the corner. And Buxton gets on with a 2-out double. That thing was yanked down that third base line. And Kepler's coming up to bat. Over at third base for the Phillies, that's Alec Bohm. The shortstop is Trey Turner. And 7, 8, and 9. Well, you have Marsh playing out in left, Rojas in center, and Castellanos in right. I'm curious as to why Bohm wasn't playing more towards the line there, because Buxton is really a very good hitter that likes to pull it. Thank you. I know we couldn't play it last night. That was not fun. The pitch on the way, and that's taken on the outside edge for strike one. Kepler is hitting .261. He's been a Phillies destroyer and has 6 homers and 33 RBI on the season. The ball is 1 strike. And the pitch on the way. Fly ball. It's hit out towards shallow left center field. Marsh comes running in, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So no runs, just a 2-out double by Byron Buxton. And Max Kepler ends the inning as he flies out to left. And we go to the top of the second with no score out in Minnesota. Okay. It is time for our tea. Today is a tea day, guys. The sinuses aren't really feeling the best. Answer the poll question down below. And hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Do we like the 1 p.m. start time on a Wednesday afternoon? How do we feel about that? My philosophy is this, or the way that I look at it. No, it's not really a philosophy. The way that I look at it is this. Okay. Mondays, night game. Tuesdays, night game. Wednesdays, night game or afternoon game is fine in the summertime. Thursday, I love the afternoon game. I'm not a fan of the night games on Thursdays. Friday, absolutely night game. Saturday, I can't stand the 4 o'clock start times. That has to be a night game. And Sunday can be afternoon. Unfortunately, though, during football season, I don't like the Sunday afternoon. That's how I feel. But that's where I stand, man. Sundays, honestly, my opinion about it, and I know that people would disagree with me, in September, we should have mid to late afternoon games and night games for baseball when football season is happening. If we have a Sunday game. I really don't think that Sunday games should be a thing because football dominates. And I like to watch my football team. I don't want to see my baseball team unless they're in like a playoff mode, whatever. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike to Nick Castellanos in the 0-1, and that is swung on and missed for strike 2. Now, playoff baseball, they have to be on nights. I love Sunday afternoon games before football starts. I feel that. You had a huge coffee as it's 10 a.m. in San Fran. Wow. Next pitch, and that's taken for a strike. So Festa is back out there for his second inning of work. Okert started off the game and just went a third of an inning. And the 1-2 is fouled back. I will say, I have to give credit to Baldelli for going to Festa when he did, because Harper fouled out and Bohm and Marsh both struck out looking. The 1-2 to Castellanos, and he fouls that one away. He's batting .237 on the season. Thelma! What's up, Thelma? How you doing? I hated coffee until I was 50. 50? Wow. That's a long time. 1-2. And Castellanos slaps that one foul. Hey, they say that, there's a saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can. You absolutely can. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch, fly ball hit out over towards right center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. It almost got by the right fielder, and Castellanos will dive into second base. The throw was a little bit late, and there's another daily double by Castellanos. He's been a double machine in the month of July. I can't believe he even hustled into second base the way that he did. First, I thought that Kepler was going to dive for it. He had plenty of time to make that decision and decided, you know what, I'm not going to do it. It almost got by him, and Castellanos was thinking 2 all the way, and he got 2. All right, so here comes Stott to the dish, and he takes a fastball right down the middle at 96 miles per hour. 50 is a long time, you'll see. He's been doubling almost every game. And the 0-1, and that is up high for a ball. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. We got 154 people tuning in on here. Hit the thumbs up button as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch in the dirt. George! Festa on the bump for the Twins. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way, fouled back towards the screen behind the plate. So Festa is 24 years old. He's 6'6". He's from Verona, New Jersey. Weighs 185 pounds as well. He's in his rookie season with the Twins. 2-2 to Stott. Line drive hit out over to center field, and on the run is Buxton. He'll make the catch. And that was hit so sharply on the nose, and Stott just continues to struggle, and that's just him going through the motions. Man, he hit that so hard, and Buxton, you know that he's going to cover a lot of ground out in center field when he's fully healthy, because he has a lot of athleticism and a lot of speed out there. Good for him tracking that down, but Stott really could have used that. So now it's Garrett Stubbs' turn to come on up. 1 out and a runner at second, and Stubbs takes a slider upstairs. Thelma, you did it! A $50 donation, what? Oh, Thelma. Oh, Thelma. A $50 donation from Thelma. That's our first $50 donation that we've ever had. Thelma. Thank you. Wow. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch, that's way up high for ball 3. I can't believe that. That is wild. Holy cow is correct. Holy Polaris Batman. 3-0 pitch up high for ball 4 and inside as well. And Stubbs gets on with a walk and JT claps along. Man, thank you. That is beyond generous. I have no words. You figured it out. Thelma is officially a freak. Yes, absolutely. Here comes Rojas and the pitch, and that is wide and high for a ball. Wow. Thanks for putting up with my grumpiness during the game. Honestly, it's just how it is, you know? I get it. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Man, oh man. Rojas got a pitch that was a foot off the plate, and he swung and missed at that. And you're ahead in the count, 1-0. Why swing? The 1-1, and that pitch was even further off the plate, and he swung at that one too. At 96. I mean, credit to Festa for going to the same pitch, but something is up with Rojas, man. Freaks, I thought freaks only come out at night too, but no, they come out during the day because we have 151 of them. 1-2 pitch, and he does lay that one off. It was a fastball that was in the dirt. Festa already with 30 pitches, 13 balls, 17 strikes. Should be even, but what do I know? And the 2-2 to Rojas. He pops this one up. It was a fastball that was outside as well. And looking up is the catcher, and he can't make the catch. It goes behind the netting. How about Castellanos? He's batting .322 with 11 doubles and 5 homers and 22 RBI in 31 games since June 17th. He is over at second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yohan Rojas. And the next pitch, here it is. Swung on, smoked down the left field line. It is a foul ball, though. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate it, man. JJ, I just found you. Appreciate your play-by-play since it's hard to get live Phillies games in Central MX. Is that Central Michigan? MX. Why am I having a hard time putting that together? All right, Festa on the mound. Rojas at the plate. 1 out, top of the second, no score. 2 runners on for the Phils. The 2-2 to Rojas is way up high. It's dropped by the catcher, and it goes towards the backstop, and everybody moves up a bag. So Jeffers just could not make the catch. He got into a standing position, and it just dropped out of the tip of his glove, and that's going to move the runners over to second and third. Oh, Mexico. Thank you. Yes, I don't know why I couldn't put that together. I was thinking of a state. My bad. I apologize. The payoff to Rojas, and he fights that one off as he fouls that one back. Mexico. Okay, I got you. Thanks for clearing that up. I couldn't think of it for a second. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Yohan Rojas. Up next is Schwarber in the 3-2. Down low and inside for ball 4, and Rojas gets on with a walk. So bases are loaded, and let's see those Schwarber emojis in the chat. I give credit to Rojas there, honestly. So back-to-back walks, even though he swung at 2 bad pitches, he got on. Charge! So that's going to put Castellanos over at third and Stubbs at second as well. Phillies had a leadoff walk from Kyle Schwarber in the top of the first, and then Turner was able to single, move Schwarber over to third, and then Turner stole second base. But then Harper fouled out to first, and Bohm and Marsh struck out looking. This inning, though, Castellanos led off with a double. Stott lined out to center. Stubbs walked, and then Rojas walked. And Rojas did not have a good start to that at-bat. But he battled, and he got on. So we had time called on the mound. That's what was going on. And Festa is still pitching, and they'll have to pitch to Schwarber here. He's due. First pitch to Kyle. Check swing. He went around. They didn't even have to appeal. The pitch looked a little low, but I think that Schwarber did go. There are a lot of M states. No balls. 1 strike. And the 0-1 misses inside to Schwarber. Phillies aren't the only game going on right now. The Reds lead at 9-4 in Atlanta. They play a doubleheader today. It's in the top of the 4th already. The 1-1 to Schwarber, and he slices that one foul. Pirates are also playing their arch rival, and that is the St. Louis Cardinals. They lead at 4-0 in the top of the 4th. One ball, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. He's looking to get on here with the bases loaded. He went 1 for 4. That was the game against the Pirates. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He went after a changeup, and he strikes out on a pitch that he certainly got fooled on, and there's 2 away. Good pitch. I'm just surprised that Schwarber went after that because usually he lays off those types of pitches. Here comes Trey Turner, and he takes the first pitch. Looked outside, but it's a called strike. Turner singled his last time up out to right center. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the 2nd, no score out in Minnesota in the 0-1. Way up high and way outside as well. Turner is 2 for 10 this season with the bases loaded with a grand slam and 5 RBI. Festa kicks, fires, and Turner got a piece of it off the end of the bat. Gets down on one knee and stays alive. Phillies had no runners in scoring position. Or only 2 runners in scoring position in the first game. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Turner chases after a high fastball, and the inning is over. So the Phillies had bases loaded with 1 out, and Schwarber and Turner strike out to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 2nd, no score out in Minnesota. That's annoying. Look, I totally understand, the frustration when this team is not producing runs. Because if we're being honest with ourselves, the identity of this team was supposed to be that they produce runs, left and right. And you look at their stats, they look great. They're top 3 in offensive numbers with batting average, home runs, and RBI. The thing that bothers us is that it hasn't been consistent. They'll give you 12 runs in the game, but then we're sometimes like, well, you got to save the runs for the next day. And we say that because we see how cold this team can be at the dish. So when you're not hitting with runners in scoring position, that was a big part of this team's identity. Now they've spoiled us because this pitching has been, honestly, the main reason why the Phillies have been where they have been. Not saying that the offense has stunk, but the offense has not lived up to the expectations. But that's how it is. And we have a right to complain when this team is not scoring runs, because that was a golden opportunity right there. And even in the first inning, they had a good chance. And they just could not come through. You know? But even still, the funny part about it is that this team has the best record in baseball. With all that being said, it's just funny. They could literally be obliterating these teams like 8-2 with the way that they've been pitching this year. All right, so now Carlos Santana will lead things off, batting on the left side. Nola's going to face him, and he throws the pitch up high for a ball. Plate approach and discipline is pathetic. Yep. I agree. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the next pitch to Santana, and he flies this one out towards shallow right field. Castellanos will walk in towards the plate and make the grab. And now Matt Williams is due up to bat. Matt Wallner. How about Lachlan Wells? In yesterday's 2-0 victory against New Hampshire for the Reading Titans, he went 7 innings. He had 11 strikeouts and 4 hits allowed. In the month of July, he actually has a 3-0 record and a 1.44 ERA. The pitch on the way to Wallner, swung on, tattooed out to right field. It goes into the second deck, and it is long gone. That went 441 feet, and that spelled trouble as soon as Nola pitched that fastball. And Wallner teed off. Wow. That thing was crushed. That's his 4th homer of the season. And the Twins take a 1-0 lead. Now it's Ryan Jeffers who comes up to the plate. And he takes a strike. Looked a little outside, but it's a called strike anyways by Lentz. Nola's ERA is at a 3.54. And the 0-1, and that is outside for a ball. He didn't allow a homer in his last outing, but overall this season, that's now the 18th homer that he has allowed. 1-1 on the way. Fly ball. It's hit out towards shallow left field. Turner gets under it, calls off Bohm, and makes the catch right over towards the line. 2 outs. Twins do lead at 1-0, though, on the solo homer by Matt Wallner. So here comes Brooks Lee to the plate. And Thelma, thanks again for the $50 donation. I got to give you another round of applause for that. That's our first $50 donation. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, bottom of the second. Lee at the plate, and the 1-0. The knuckle curve looks good that time, and Lee did go around. Nola is now 31 years old. He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Went to LSU. The 1-1. Another nice knuckle curve. Check swing, did he go? And the third base umpire says, yes, he did. I'm surprised that Will Little said that. If Philly even slightly improves their runners in scoring position, they will be right back on that 667 pace again. and give the starters some relief. And the bullpen pitchers, too. Can't forget about them. So every game doesn't have to be held for under 4 runs. I agree. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball. Drifting out towards left field. Marsh backs up towards the track. Doesn't even turn over the shoulder, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. Matt Wallner gives the Twins a 1-0 lead, though, on a moonshot out to right field that went into the second deck. And we head to the top of the third. It's 1-0 Minnesota. What's up, Cameron? How you doing, man? How's everything going? I haven't seen you on here in a while, dude. I can't believe how far that baseball went. Pirates now lead 5-0 against the St. Louis Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th. That NL Central race is looking pretty... It's looking tighter now. The Brewers are 5 games above the Cardinals, and the Pirates are 2 games back behind the Cardinals and 7 games behind the Brewers. Cubs and Reds are both 5 games behind the Cardinals and 10 games behind Milwaukee, too. Did I say 5 or did I say 15? If I said 15, I apologize. Y'all sometimes have me second guessing myself, but I'll have to go back to the tape. Sometimes I do that because I do so many things at once. Cardinals only have 1 hit, 2 in the game, by the way. And Paul Skeens is not even on the mound. It's Martin Perez. We have a report that Mike Trout left his rehab assignment on Tuesday with knee soreness after 2 innings. He's just always banged up. He's been sidelined since the 29th of April with a torn meniscus. And he was just rehabbing, and now all of a sudden he has a knee problem. Comes Bryce Harper. He tries to whack at the first pitch. It was a changeup, and he missed it pretty badly. Harper decided not to go with the batting gloves this time, and he lays off the 0-1. That slider looked good, but it was inside. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. And turn on those notification bell icons. The 1-1 popped up, hit out over towards right field. And Buxton gets under it, and he'll make the grab out in right center. Looks like a good pitch for Harper to swing at, too. Training here in South Jersey. Some clouds, though, in Minnesota. Not a sunny outside. It's pretty cloudy, I'd say. 72 degrees. The pitch to Bohm. That is hammered out to left center field, and that's going to go all the way towards the gap. Bohm is thinking 2, and he'll jog into second base standing up. That's the second double today by the Philadelphia Phillies. So Bohm hammers one over to left center, and now Brandon Marsh is coming up to bat. Bohm struck out looking in his last at-bat, and definitely made up for that one. Comes Brandon Marsh. Festa is still on the bump. I thought Paddock was supposed to pitch today. But I guess Festa, after they decided to go with Okert, Festa was the guy that they wanted to go to. Marsh will pop this one up out over towards shallow left field. It was the first pitch. He got jammed on the pitch, and there's out number 2. Excuse me. Festa, the last time he pitched, he went 5 innings on July 3rd allowed 3 homers against the Detroit Tigers and 7 earned runs. And now Castellanos is coming up to bat. 2 outs, a runner on over at second, and the pitch to Casti. Ground ball it over to third base, and shuffling his feet and throwing over to first will be Willie Castro. Good dig out by Carlos Santana, and the inning is over. So the Phillies leave Bohm over at second base, and then 2 pitches later, they're out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the third. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off. I got to clear my throat for a second, so I will be right back in just a few moments. Hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. All right. I don't usually take a lot of breaks on here. I really haven't. I don't think that before this game, the last time I really took a break, I think was before the All-Star game. Really. During an inning change. Sergio says I genuinely hate this team. But yet they keep drawing you back, man. That's how it goes. I understand it, though. It's hard to be a fan of this team. They're annoying at times. They are. They can be really annoying at times watching them. All right. Bottom of the third coming up. Twins lead at 1-0 on the solo jack by Matt Wallner. Went 441 feet back in the bottom of the second inning. 3 hits for the Phils, 2 hits for the Twins. Phillies lost the first game of this series by a score of 7-2. And then last night, they looked lifeless until that 9th inning where they scored all 3 of their runs and ended up winning and shutting out the Twins 3-0. Nola goes back out there for his 3rd frame, and Edward Julian taps the first pitch foul. We don't all tune in, so you can take breaks, buddy. Well, there's 170 people tuning in, so that's a lot, When you take a break, what ends up happening is that you, did our TV freeze? It did. Are we still on? Are we still on? My TV just froze. Great. Are we still on? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. TV just froze. Great. That's what I needed. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Testing. Are we still on? 1, 2, 3. Hello? Hello? Okay, we're still on. All right. Well, I guess I got to unplug the cable box. I don't know what's going on. That's really weird. Oh, now it's back. There we go. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. For some reason it froze, and I didn't even pause it or anything. But then I was like, you know what? Let me change the channel first. And thank goodness that worked. All right, good. Thanks. Appreciate it. That was a strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees. 1 out, bottom of the third. And Nola throws the knuckle curve on the outside edge for strike 1. 8 of the first 10 pitches that he's thrown to each batter have resulted in strikes. And the 0-1 pitch. And that is fouled away. Technology and I have not been good friends over the last couple of days. "26 total pitches by Nola. And how about this? Only 5 balls. That's impressive. The ball is 2 strikes. And the 0-2 delivery. And there's a little chopper hit over to second base. Going to be a tough play for Stott. Charges over to first, and there's 2 gone. Nice play by Bryson Stott. He had to hustle and run on in towards the plate. Was able to just get the glove there and make a sidearm throw over to first. So Castro grounds out, and he's now hitless in 2 at-bats. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Twins. Larnack is up at the plate. The windup and the pitch from Nola. And that's a cutter. That's inside. The 0-1 from Nola. In the dirt. Larnack struck out in the first. He's batting .246. He has 10 homers. 32 runs batted in as well. And here's the pitch from Nola. Another foul ball. Trevor's been with the big club since 2021. Last year he had 8 homers and 40 RBI and a .213 average and just 183 at-bats. This is his 65th game. He had 206 at-bats coming into today. And the 1-2 is also in the dirt. Good pitch though by Aaron Nola. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to right field. Castellanos is on the run, and he makes the catch. And he goes right into the wall and foul ground. That would have been a fair ball, and I'm surprised that Castellanos got over to it. But the defense helps out for the Phils, and we get a 1-2-3 inning, the first on the day by Nola, and head to the top of the 4th. All right. Time to go to the 4th inning, which means it is time for On This Day in Phillies History. All right. A couple of really cool things have happened today that I wanted to share with you all. And, of course, this is brought to you by broadandpattison.com. Shout out to them. So, on this day, on July 24th of 1897, this one's interesting. Listen to this. With no umpire available for a game between Philadelphia and Cleveland, a substitute player from each team was chosen to officiate the game, okay? They were arguing, both teams, over the calls, the Phillies were arguing over the calls of the Cleveland player who was behind the plate. I don't know who it was, but the Phillies refused to return to their positions in the bottom of the 8th inning. And essentially, they forfeited the game. Isn't that crazy? I think that's really wild. I think that's kind of funny. In 1998, on this day, there was a doubleheader that took place at Veterans Stadium. And in the second game of that doubleheader, okay, the Phillies scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game. They allow a run in each of the next 3 innings, but keep the game alive by scoring in the home half of each frame. And finally, in the 12th inning, the Phillies ended up walking it off, and they scored 2 runs on a Rico Brogna signal. Single. And they ended up winning that game. Also, another thing that happened on this day, too, you had Brett Myers making his major league debut. The Phillies ended up winning 4-2 against Chicago. and he was the team's first player born in the 1980s. The ball is 1 strike to Bryson Stott, and the pitch is outside for a ball. One ball, 1 strike to Bryson Stott, and the pitch popped up, hit out over towards shallow left field, and squeezing the catch is Brooks Lee. Bronya, thank you. Yeah, Bronya. It's pretty wild. All right, 1 out, top of the 4th. And the pitch to Garrett Stubbs. That's taken for a strike. You know he could be a troll. You know. I'm just saying. You don't know if he's actually doing it. The pitch on the way, and that's outside for a ball. The 1-1 to Stubbs, and he takes a strike. That was a slider at 86. David Festa is out there for his 4th frame of work. And the 1-2 pitch, here it is, swing and a miss. That was a slider in the dirt, a breaking ball, if you will. And Stubbs strikes out, and Festa's looked really good so far. And there's 2 away. I could tell 1,500 on the Twins. Yeah, some people just say that to troll. That's the one thing I've noticed. Rojas will pop the first pitch up out over towards shallow right center field, and getting under it to squeeze the catch is Edward Julian. And there's 3 outs. And as we go to the bottom of the 4th, Twins still lead at 1-0. I mean, let's be fair. I've been in this game now for, I'm not saying I've been in here for a long time. I've been here for 19 months. I've seen almost everything on here. At least I want to say. Maybe not everything, but I've seen a lot on here. So I know when people, for the most part, are lying or telling the truth. So you guys get mad too easy. Yeah. We're passionate, man. We're absolutely passionate. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Hit those bell icons, and that way you'll know when we upload. For Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, and Eagles football. On this day, the Phillies also traded Dave Hollins to Boston. I didn't know that. Pat Gillick got inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame today. Of course, he was the architect of the 2008 World Series championship team. I'm holding out for a streaker in the chat. Yeah, that's a wild one. 5 hits combined today for the Phillies and the Twins. And again, let us know down below what your thoughts are on this poll. Do we like the 1 p.m. Eastern Time start time during a Wednesday or Thursday afternoon? How do we feel about that? Byron Buxton will lead things off. He had a double against Aaron Nola his last time up. And he fouls off the first pitch. He's hitting .280 this year with 11 homers and 40 RBI. His main thing, too, is that he just has not been able to have a healthy full season. But a great talent. The 0-1 pitch. And that is just chopped foul. Byron is now 30 years old. Made his debut with the Twins back in 2015. For the most part, this year he has stayed healthy. And the 0-2 by Nola. And that is poked foul. Good knuckle curve thrown there. "74% of you say that you like the 1 p.m. Eastern time on a Wednesday afternoon." The ball's 2 strikes. Nola gets the signs, kicks, delivers. There's a high pitch that is just grounded foul over towards the third base grass. Made that thing pretty sharp for a high pitch. Twins are in their Twin Cities uniforms, their throwback uniforms today. It's cream tops, cream bottoms. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. How about the changeup thrown by Aaron Nola? It was way inside, but even Byron Buxton thought it was a good pitch to swing at. And there's the first out of the bottom of the fourth. That was a nice pitch. Now it's Max Kepler's turn to come up to the plate, and he stares at a knuckle curve that's wide. One ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Nola hasn't really gone to the cutter too much today, but he decided to go with it that time, and that looked pretty good too. The Twins, they've won 6 AL pennants, 4 West Division titles, 9 Central Division titles. They were obviously a wild card berth back in 2017. And they've won 3 World Series titles. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And the 1-2 to Kepler lays that one off. It's in the dirt. The last time that they won a World Series was back in 1991. Played against the Atlanta Braves. Twins that year were 95-67, and the Braves were 94-68. 2-2, and Kepler stays alive. Nola's gone to the knuckle curve 41% of the time today. The sinker he's gone to about 17% of the time, and the four-seam fastball is coming at 24%. And he's been really attacking the strike zone too. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nola winds up and delivers. And another foul ball, and Kepler stays alive. Only 43 pitches. Two balls, 2 strikes, and time called by Max Kepler. The 2-2 from Nola. Good take by Kepler as he laid off the knuckle curve. So the count is full. There's 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. And the next pitch, another foul ball on the knuckle curve. Who would you say is the best Twin of all time? Would you say it's Rod Carew? Would some people put Joe Mauer in that conversation? By the way, congratulations to Joe Mauer on getting inducted 3-2 pitch, and that is scorched out to right field. Castellanos looks up. It hits off the top of the wall. Did not read it perfectly. It gets by him, and Kepler's going to jog on over to second. He'll think about going over to third. The throw is not in time by Castellanos. And I think that they're going to rule that as a one-out triple. I don't know, though. If that was hit in almost any other ballpark, that thing would have been gone. But it stayed in the yard because that right field wall is so high. And Castellanos just did not read that perfectly at all. It got by him, and he went a little bit too far to his right to play it off the bounce. Oof. I'm interested to see how they're going to score it. I'm going to say that it's going to be a triple by default. But that was a big mistake by Casty. Pitch, and that's low for a ball to Carlos Santana. Harmon Killebrew, you think was the best win of all time? Kirby Puckett. Phillies are 0 for 8 today with runners in scoring position. The pitch, and that's taken down low for a ball 2. Santana's 0 for 1. He's 38 years old. 2-0 delivery. Good pitch thrown by Nola on the inside corner was a cutter that landed at 87 miles per hour. The Braves have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. They're down 9-4 against the Reds. And, well, they just got out of the inning. Alvarez Jr. struck out with the bases loaded. You think that the Phillies have left a lot of runners on base. I'll tell you what. The Braves today are 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And they've left 10 guys on. 2-1. Way up high for ball 3. Ozuna just drove in his 80th RBI earlier in the game. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch inside for ball 4. And Santana gets on with a walk. Has he walked in every single game this series? I feel like he has. Yeah, he's on a 4-game walk streak. He's walked in 5 out of his last 6 games that he's played. So now it's Wallner's due up, and he scorched a baseball out to right field. His last time up, it went 441 feet, and that's why the Twins have a 1-0 lead. Time is called on the mound. Garrett Stubbs is just going to have a conference with Nola and the infielders. That's Nola's first walk that he's allowed today. This is really the first inning that he's gotten into some trouble. All right, so runners at first and third with 1 gone. Middle infielders are playing at a double play depth, and the corner infielders are playing in. Wallner at the plate, and the pitch by Nola, way inside. Nola is 0-1 against the Twins. He only pitched against them back in 2016. The 1-0. A little bit inside, but it's a called strike, and Nola will certainly take that. The time that he pitched, he went just 3 innings and allowed 7 earned runs. It was on June 21st of 2016. The 1-1 delivery. Inside again. Against AL Central opponents, he's 2-0 this season. 2-1 pitch, and that is grounded foul. He's 5-3 though against AL opponents though all time throughout his career. And during that time, two balls, two strikes. He has a 3.71 career ERA. Time called. Wallner at the dish. We got runners at the corners. Kepler's at third. He got on with a triple. And Santana's over at first. And the toss back over to first is not in time. It's the second time that he's disengaged in this at-bat. Brewers and Cubs just got underway. It's in the top of the first. 2-2 from Nola. On the inside corner, called strike three. And Nola gets the generous call again, and that'll work. Man. I give Stubbs credit, though, for trying to frame that pretty well. He's really good at framing pitches. And he did. He framed it well. 2 strikeouts in this inning, and there's 2 gone. Runners still at the corners, though, and now it's Ryan Jeffers who's up to bat. 225 people watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Let's get to 35-30. The pitch to Jeffers. And that is downstairs. Twins lead at 1-0. The only run that they had was on a solo homer by Matt Wallner, who just struck out looking. But his long ball was back in the bottom of the second. Santana leads off over at first. The sun is starting to peek out here at Target Field. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball played on the bounce by Turner over at shortstop. The underhanded toss over to second is in plenty of time. It's a 6-4 fielder's choice ground out. And Nola gets out of the inning unscathed. And we go to the top of the 5th. It's still 1-0 Minnesota. All right. How many likes do we have on your mod squad? Did we get to 100 likes yet? If we did, we got to go raid somebody. We're at 80. We need 20 more likes to get us to 100, so that way we can go raid someone. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Step is here. What's up, Step P? Do you like to be called Step P, or is it Step? I know you've been on here for a little bit of time. Never got to ask you that. What's going on, Step? Framing pitches absolutely works. Yeah, Larry and I were talking about that last night. It was pretty cool. Really? Yes. Huh. NBA Central just tweeted out a picture and said that Steph Curry reveals that he, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James recreated the same Olympic picture that MJ, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird took, according to Mark Spears. Of course, Mark Spears, is a senior NBA writer. There's a lot of stuff for ESPN. I can't wait to see that picture when it comes out. Curtis! What's up, Curtis? Thank you so much for coming on here. We got 81 likes, and our iPad is dying. Uh-oh. Do the Twins have a bullpen today? They do. Stephen Okert ended up going just 1/3 of an inning. And then Festa has been out there ever since as we go to the top of the 5th. Pitch to Schwarber, and that is low. See those Schwarber emojis in the chat. Kyle did walk back in the first. He's 0 for 1 today. The 1-0 delivery way inside. Titans have a 64-37 record in 101 games so far. On the road, they're actually 27-21. The 2-0, and that's taken for a strike. Some people honestly have not liked the road record, but when you really think about it, you know, the only teams that have better records than them on the road are the Orioles, the Yankees, and the Red Sox. All of them in the AL East. And then you got the Brewers, who were 29-26, and the Dodgers, who were 20-22, but 27-21 is pretty good. Next pitch is taken for a strike, so it's a 2-2 count. The pitch to Schwarber. Inside and low. Full count to Kyle. Festa with pitch number 63. Here it is. And that is swung on and missed. That four-seamer honestly looked pretty good, even though it ended up being a little bit low. And Schwarber strikes out, and Festa records his 6th punch-out today. Phillies, as I just mentioned, they're 64-37. And the Twins are 55-45. They're actually 28-21 at home. The pitch, slapped foul by Trey Turner. He's behind in the count. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Trey, swung on, blasted out towards deep left field. The camera lost it, and it is long gone. The Phillies tie it back, and Trey Turner continues to rake in July. Kaboom goes the dynamite. Out in left field by Trey Turner. And now it's Bryce Harper's turn to come on up. And he takes the first pitch up high. That's the 8th homer of the month by Turner. The 1-0 pitch, and that is way inside for ball 2. Phillies definitely needed that. The camera literally panned out to right field. I knew it was gone just because of the look on Trey's face. That thing looked like it was going to be crushed. 2-0 pitch, and that's taken low for ball 3. I'm sure that's not going to be a fun highlight to cut, though. The 3-0 to Harper, and he takes it on the outside edge for strike 1. Got 240 people tuning in. Let's get to 100 likes so that way we can go raid somebody. 3 balls, 1 strike to Harper. And the pitch to Bryce, and he taps it foul. I think Trey, it's safe to say that Trey has been their best hitter in the month of July. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch to Harper, It was low, but it's a called strike 3 anyways. Oh, my gosh. How on earth? I mean, it was a good pitch, but Harper goes down looking, and there's 2 away. Good framework, though, I have to say, by Ryan Jeffers. Oof. And now it's Bohm's turn to come on up to the plate. And the pitch is low for a ball. Whew. I don't know how far that thing went, and I couldn't even see where it landed. I just knew it was gone. The 1-0 to Bohm. Line drive tattooed out to left center. That's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. And Bohm with 2 straight stand-up doubles in a row. So after striking out looking in the first inning with 2 runners in scoring position, Bohm has been doubling in the last 2 at-bats. And that was in the same spot. He hit one out towards the left center field gap as well his last time up. I think it was in the same vicinity. 2 outs and a runner on over at second. And I think Rocco Baldelli has seen enough from Festa. And that's going to be it for him. So his day is done. That is David Festa. And the Twins are going to have another pitching change. David Festa. I apologize. That's Turner's 10th homer of the month. If I said his 8th, I apologize. That's his 10th homer of the month. So, we got to call a spade, though, right? Because Aaron Nola had a generous call a couple of times. And Harper's pitch, it looked a little low, but, you know, got to call a spade. I'm not trying to drink the Kool-Aid, as people would be saying. All right, we'll get a name in just a few moments as to who's coming in for the Twins. I didn't see anybody warming up in their bullpen. It looks like it's going to be Caleb Thielbar, the 37-year-old from Northfield, Minnesota. That's who I think is coming in. Wow. Turner today is 2 for 3. Remember, he singled back in the first as well. He has recorded a hit in 7 out of his last 8 games. Now make it 8 out of his last 9. He's had at least 9 multi-hit games this month. He's 24 for 68 coming into today in just the month of July. So now he's 26, of course, if you do the math. 26 for 71. He's been red hot. Yeah, and I think it'd be safe to say that he's the best player on the Phillies team. Like, he's had the best season, but just because he got hurt for those 6 weeks, I got to give it to Alec Bohm. And Bohm has been clutch. Here comes Brandon Marsh to the plate, and the pitch is inside for a ball. So Thielbar is out there to pitch to Brandon Marsh. Wanted to go with a lefty on lefty. Let's see if Marsh can capitalize here. The 1-0, and that's taken on the outside edge for strike 1. Thielbar has a 5.79 ERA and 23 1/3. 24 strikeouts, 13 walks surrendered, and 4 homers allowed as well. The 1-1, and that is ripped foul down the left field line. Marsh today has struck out, and he has flied out as well. The strikeout ended up coming in the bottom of the or in the top of the first to end the first, and he popped out to left in the third. 1-2 to Marsh, and he taps this one down the third base line. It is a fair ball, I believe. Nope, it is a foul ball. It is a foul ball. It was ruled foul by the ump, but it looked like it was fair, in my opinion, for a second. Oh, no, that's foul. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was down the third base line, too. Can Marsh get on here? Phillies have the go-ahead runner at second, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Marsh continues to struggle against left-handed pitching. That's been his Achilles heel this season. However, the Phillies do tie it back on a solo jack by Trey Turner. The second home run of the ball game by both teams. And we go to the bottom of the fifth, 1-1. I've gotten into this argument a lot of times, but Marsh just, even though I think he should be playing every day, he should be. You know, when you, it may be a small sample size compared to, I don't know, compared to batting righty, of course, but you have 243 at-bats coming into today. And you've hit against lefties 49 times. That still is a sample, man. So 7 for 50 is not going to cut it for me. And while I agree that he should be in the lineup every day, he's not holding up his end of the bargain when he's given the opportunities. You know? All right. Did we get to 100 likes yet? Did we get to 100? Did we get there? We're one more there. One more, and then we'll go rate somebody in the top of the sixth. 100. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Good. And again, don't forget to answer the poll question as well. Do we like the 1 p.m. Eastern time start on a Wednesday or a Thursday afternoon? Let us know down below. Good job, chat. Got 220 people on here. Let's get to 200 likes now. I want us to get to 200. It'd be nice to go raid 2 people today. All right, so Marsh, they're showing him out in left field. He struck out to end the inning. We're in the bottom of the fifth. Nola back out there to work. They're showing Marsh. I don't know why, but he was running back out to left field. And I don't know if something was bothering him or what it was. But keep your eye on why they show, remind me as to, and ask me why they showed him out in left field coming, or going out to left field in between innings. The pitch, and that is grounded towards the first base side, gobbled up by Stott, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time, and Brooks Lee is gone. "60 pitches by Nola, 42 strikes. And Edward Julian is up to bat, and he takes it wide. Yeah, why did they... I don't know why they showed him there. It's weird. If I find out something, I'll let you know. But if you find out something, you let me know as to why the NBC Sports team showed him. 1-0 pitch, and that is taken outside for ball 2. The 2-0 by Nola. Ground ball back up the middle, past the diving stop of Turner into center for a base hit. It was just out of his reach. And there's a 1-out single allowed by Nola to Edward Julian. That'll mean that we go back to the top of the lineup, and Willie Castro is coming up to the plate. What's up, Elaine? How you doing? How you doing, Elaine? Thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate it. Runner goes. The pitch is wide, and Stubbs does not even throw it over the second. Actually, he'll stay put over at first. It looked like Julian was going to go. And then I guess at the very last second decided that he was not going to. He did. He looked like he was going to get ahead of steam, and then at the very last second just jolted back over to first. The 1-0 pitch. Line drive into right field for a base hit, and that's going to put Julian over at third base. Standing up, the throw is cut off by Stott, and that puts runners at the corners with 1 out. So back-to-back singles, and now Trevor Larnach is coming up. And Nola's had some trouble on the bases. Now, he did get out of the last inning after he allowed the triple to Kepler and then walked Santana. But now there's traffic on the bases again, and there's one out. And now it's Larnach who's due up, and Buxton waits in the on-deck circle. I haven't seen him go to the knuckle curve as much in this inning so far. The pitch, and he throws a sinker that's on the inside corner for a strike. Twins are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position today, and the Phillies are 0 for 9. But yet they're both tied 1-1. Toss bat to first, not in time. According to Ryan Spader, Trey Turner is batting .340 with 105 runs scored and 171 hits, 33 doubles, 32 homers, 83 RBI, and 26 steals in 124 games. The pitch. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. This could be two. The throw over the second. There's one. The throw back to first just in time. What a play by Bryson Stott and Trey Turner, and Turner smiles, and Nola gives him a high five. What a play by Trey. And the inning is over. Great dig out by Bryce Harper as well on the low throw in the dirt by Bryson Stott, and that was much needed. We go to the top of the sixth, still knotted up at 1 apiece. You run more ads than anyone I've ever met. I've had 4 breaks in 1 inning. That's weird. You must be the only one having that, unless you keep refreshing the page. If you keep refreshing the page, then you're going to get a lot of ads. Has anybody else had ad problems today? I apologize if that's happened to you. That was lucky. Nola made the right pitch. How's that luck? How's that luck? Nola pulled through. He executed perfectly. That was just a bang-bang play by the defense, but that was the right pitch. He got out of the inning. That's a double play ground ball. I've only had about 6 ads so far, and you've been tuning into the whole thing, right? I've had 3. It's not much. I've had 2 this whole game, says Larry. Yep. If you leave the page, then no wonder why you're going to get ads. But if that's just if that's going on for you, I'd apologize. I can't help that. All right. We're going to rate somebody in the bottom of the 6th inning. Apologize. We forgot about that. Because, again, we did reach 100 likes. We're going to go raid the Dixon way. Good point, JJ. Yeah. Again, I've been in the game for a little bit of time, so I understand these things now. I haven't had an ad in like 2 months. Well, you're probably paying for premium. That's what I would assume. Here comes Castellanos' first pitch. Line drive over the leaping play by the shortstop, Brooks Lee, and Castellanos with a 2-hit game. And he just continues to be red hot for the Phils. Now it's Bryson Stott's turn to come on up. The odds for Stott to get a hit, according to Bet365, is at plus 350. And he's really been struggling. And he hit one sharply today. It was just out in center. The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. And Nola got out of himself with that jam, man. Back-to-back innings where he had runners over at first and third. Good for him. The 0-1, and that is high and away for a ball. Guess where that's going to go in the notes for today's recap. Fourth and fifth inning jams. The 1-1 to Stott, and he swings and misses at that one for strike two. Him and Schwarber just look so lost at the plate. One ball, two strikes to Bryson Stott. The windup in the pitch by Thielbar, and Stott gets a piece of it and slices it out of play. Caleb is 37. He's from Northfield, Minnesota. He's 6 feet tall, 205 pounds. And the 1-2, great take by Stott there. That sweeper looked really, really good to swing at. Two balls, two strikes to Bryson Stott. And the pitch, here it is, swing and a miss. His timing was off on the sweeper, and he goes down swinging, and Thielbar gets his second strikeout of the afternoon. Now it's Garrett Stubbs who's going to come on up. There's the first out of the inning. $249 people. Come on, man. Let's go. Hit the thumbs up button. Pitch to Stubbs, and he lays off or takes a sweeper right down the middle. Surprised he took that one all the way. 0-1 to Garrett Stubbs. The pitch, way inside. Did it hit Stubbs? No, it did not. Stubbs walked into second, and he's 0 for 1 today. Chicken Wrangler, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for stopping by again. What's going on? The 1-1 to Stubbs, and he flicks this one over towards the left field side, and it's going to drop in for a base hit out in left center field. And there goes Stubbs over to first, stopping at second base is Castellanos. That thing was poked over towards left field, and there's one out in the top of the sixth. I don't know what was going on with Jeffers there. Let's see. I wonder if that could have been interference. I think it was, but still, nonetheless, he got a hit out of it. It hit off of Jeffers' glove, and Stubbs may just be rewarded with batter's interference. Yeah, he did. He wasn't even running until the last second. He saw that it dropped. So I'm curious to see how they're going to rule it. Regardless, he's over at first base. With the interference, too. And now it's Rojas who's up to bat. He tries to show bunt at the first pitch, but then he takes it back because it was way outside. It did smoke the glove, and he still got on anyways. That's a talent. So did they rule that as a single? I think they did. The pitch, and that's bunted down towards the mound by Rojas, and he gets the job done. The sacrifice is complete. The throw over to first is in plenty of time, but the job is done. And now it's Schwarber's coming up. And here we go. 2 runners in scoring position, and the Phillies have something cooking. It was a nice bunt, too, laid down by Rojas. I thought he was going to pop it up, but he just was able to get on top of it. George! And time called already on the mound. Thielbar is going to have a conversation with his catcher, Jeffers. So they ruled it as a single by Stubbs. It was not catcher's interference. I may be the minority, but I hate sack bunts. Well, honestly, Rojas has been struggling at the plate, and you need him to do something productive. I'll take a sack bunt rather than striking out. 2 runners in scoring position now for Philadelphia. Let's see those emojis in the chat, those Schwarber emojis. The pitch to Kyle, and he takes outside for ball 1. It was. One ball, no strikes. The pitch to Schwarber. And that is called a strike. That's what you call a pitcher's pitch. Hit the outside corner. Got the call. And it's a 1-1 count. Schwarber's batting .326 against lefties this season with 8 homers and 24 RBI. The 1-1. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Castellanos will score. The throw is not in time to get Stubbs. And the Phillies take a 3-1 lead, and Kyle Schwarber comes through. A big 2-run single by Schwarber. And he laced it up the middle as well. And Schwarber even did a little celebration over at first, and now it's Trey Turner who's up, and he hit a home run his last time up, his 10th homer of the month. The pitch inside for a ball. That was much needed. He got a pitch that was elevated right down the middle, and he's like, you know what, I'll take this. And he did, and honestly, it goes back to the Rojas sack bunt. That was big. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball, hit sharply over to third base, and the throw over the second is in time, but the damage is done. The inning is over. Phillies score 2 runs on the 2-run single by Kyle Schwarber, and it's 3-1 Phillies. All right, let's go raid. Let's go raid Dixon Way. All right, let's go say hi to our boy. I also just kind of want to see. Low-key, one of the reasons why I want to raid him, too, is just because the Braves are losing. I'm kidding. We're not gonna say anything, but I just want to. I do want to give the guy some love and support, because he's the man. All right, so let's go say hi to Dixon Way raid. All right, we'll go say hi. Here's the link. Click on it and go say play-by-play with JJ raid. All right, that's the link. Let's see what he has to say. Maybe in the middle of an inning. Oh, he's away. Of course he is. Of course he's away. Oh, man. Of course he is. Of course. I just want to see him get back. Come on, man. Come on, Dixon. Come on, Larry. Larry Dixon. Come on, man. Show yourself. We know the Braves. There we go. There he is.
All right, here's one on the pitch. Ball on the outside corner, 96 mile per hour. Good pitch.
JJ Raid. Let's go. Look at this. We got Snooter there. We got Nathaniel there. David's there.
Hey, what's going on,
there
JJ?
We go.
How you doing?
Woo!
Appreciate you guys coming through. We get a sound of all the Raiders. Hey, make sure you guys check out on. Whoa, sorry about that.
You're good.
Make sure you guys check out Play by Play with JJ.
Yes.
Got some excellent content over there.
Make sure you go check
with
him
the
out.
Philly fans. Appreciate you guys coming through.
Okay.
With the JJ Ray. Appreciate that, JJ.
You're welcome. Even though you can't hear me.
When I'm not streaming, I pop in and watch.
Yes, you do.
JJ also. So guys,
You do.
make sure you check out Play by Play with JJ.
Yes, sir.
Also, go back and look at the replay. Excellent stream we had together.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
That was nice. I
All right,
liked
so
it.
let me get everybody who rated.
All right. Nice. Good job. Thank you all so much for going on to say hi to my boy. The pitch to Buxton, and that's taken for a strike. So Nola back out there for his 6th frame, and now he has a 2-run lead. The ball is 1 strike. Nola kicks, fires, and it's wide. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live. 114 likes, 246 people tuning in. Give you this content for free. The 1-1 inside misses for ball 2. 72% of the people say that they like the 1 p.m. start time on a Wednesday afternoon. Excuse me. That was bad. The 2-1 offer in the Buxton. Swing and a miss on the changeup at 86. Twins won the first game of this series by a score of 7-2. The Phillies got all 3 runs that they scored yesterday in the top of the 9th and ended up winning 3-0. They lead a 3-1 this afternoon to wrap up the series. And the 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. And Nola gets another strikeout. That's his 5th of the ball game. The 2nd time that he has struck out Byron Buxton. That was big. He chased after that thing. Thought it looked good. And Nola's like, yep, I won the battle. Bottom of the 6th, 1 gone. Max Kepler is up to bat. And he stares at a cutter that's inside. Kepler did triple back in the 4th, even though Castellanos misplayed it as it hit off the top of the wall. The 1-0 pitch just catches the plaque on the inside corner for a strike. Kepler this season didn't even have a triple, and that was his first triple of the year. I feel like a lot of times the Phillies just give up somebody's first career triple. The 1-1 pitch, and that is taken for strike 2. 75 pitches for Nola. Remember, he got out of 2 big jams. That was his 16th career triple for Max Kepler. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the windup and the pitch. Ground ball pulled over towards the first base side. It's gobbled up by Harper, and he says, I got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself and beat Nola to the punch. And there's 2 away. Nola was like, you need me to cover? And Harper was like, I got it. And now Carlos Santana is up to bat. Smells good downstairs. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. And the pitch to Carlos Santana. That's called a ball. Looked like it was on the outside edge. There's Kirby Puckett. They're showing his picture out in right field. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to Santana. He pops it up behind the plate, and Stubbs will give it a stare, but it goes into the camera well. Kirby's now 45 years old. He was 4. I'm sorry. Kirby, of course, was 45 when he passed away. Passed away, of course, from a stroke. But had a really good career with the Twins. The pitch. Line drive down the first base line. It is a fair ball. It goes all the way towards the right field corner. Castellanos will finally get to it. And Santana gets into second base with a stand-up 2-out double. It does smell good downstairs. I didn't know he passed away in 2006. I thought it was more recent, honestly. Guy that, of course, was a 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion, a 6-time Gold Glove winner, and a 6-time Silver Slugger Award winner as well. Pitch to Matt Wallner, and that's taken for a strike. So tying run up at the plate. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, and a runner at second, and the 0-1 pitch. That should have been called a strike. That was on the top third of the zone, and Rob Thompson shakes his head. It's a 1-1 count. Jim's is really good. Jim's is a great cheesesteak place. Carmen's is great as well. The 1-1. And that's up high for ball 2. Pats. And then whatchamacallits? Why am I blanking out on the name? Genos. Nola thought about disengaging over at second as he takes a quick step off, and Santana jogs back over to the bag. I really didn't know that Kirby passed away in 06. I thought it was like more recently. 2-1. That misses inside for ball 3. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame back in 2001. Three-one pitch. And that's a called strike that looked a little bit inside, but it's just been a weird day for Nick Lentz behind the plate. Pats and Genos are terrible. Well, you may not like it, but Genos has over 14,000 reviews. They have a 4.0 rating, so that's pretty good. Genos Steaks, I'm talking about. 3-2 pitch on the way. Inside and high for ball 4. And that's going to put runners over at first and second. So this is the third inning in a row where Nola has had traffic on the bases. It's weird, though, because the first time he threw, it was back in the 5th inning. He just only threw 9 pitches. He did get a big double play to end the inning, though. So the tying run's over at first. And now it's Jeffers who's due up. Remember, he had bases loaded last night in the bottom of the 8th and grounded out into a fielder's choice, unassisted, to end the inning. The pitch, tapped foul by Jeffers. He has 86 pitches. They'll go one more inning. They are not going to go. They're going to try to squeeze the lemon out of him. The ball is 1 strike. Unless he doesn't get out of this. The pitch on the way. Popped up behind the plate, and it's a foul ball. Jeffers was the 59th overall pick by the Twins. He's just hitting .206 with runners in scoring position this season. 27 years old now. The 0-2 delivery in the dirt. Good block by Stubbs. He did have to get up and chase after it. It kept it right in front of him, but not too far away to the bounce. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on in the bottom of the 6th. And the 1-2 misses wide and low. Decided to go with the curveball there. Orion Kerkering is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. The pitch of the game coming up for Aaron Nola. Sun has definitely started peeking out even more as the afternoon has gone on out in Minnesota. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 90th pitch by Nola coming up as he looks back at second, and he'll deliver from the stretch. Here's the 2-2 inside, and the count is now full. Phillies have an off day tomorrow, and then they'll host the Cleveland Guardians this weekend. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, and it's popped up. Hit out over towards the first base side in foul ground. Harper tries to chase it down, and he can't get there. It hit the backstop over towards the first base side. His cap came flying off, and he tried everything he could, but Jeffers does stay alive. Brooks Lee waits in the on-deck circle. Can he make one good pitch here? Nola gets the signs from Stubbs. Looks back at second. Now back to the plate. The payoff pitch just misses outside at 94, and that's going to load the bases. Back-to-back walks allowed by Nola, and Brooks Lee is coming up. I'm surprised he went with the four-seamer. And now Caleb Cotham is going to go out there to try to calm Nola down. So Jeffers gets aboard with a walk. That's the first time that he has gotten on base today. And Brooks Lee is going to come on up with the bases juiced. Get him out of there. This is his last batter. This is his last batter. Your bullpen is pretty much taxed, you know? You gotta... This is his last batter. If Edward Julian comes up, then you pull him. You gotta leave him in there. What do you think, though? Take him out or leave him in? I'm leaving him in. I know he just gave up 2 walks in a row, but because the bullpen has been utilized a lot over the last 2 games, and Nola has been pretty much reliable, and he's gotten out of jams like this, I've seen him do it, you gotta leave him in there. Brooks Lee is up to bat. The first pitch by Nola, just a bit low. He's been getting that call today, but of course he doesn't get it this time. One ball, no strikes. The pitch by Nola, swing and a miss. That time he went with the knuckle curve and it looked filthy. Whew. Lee is 1 for 3 with the bases loaded. One ball, 1 strike. Lee's 0 for 2. The pitch by Nola. And that's at the knees for a called strike. He didn't get the call before. This time he does. It was a little bit more elevated. But he got the call. Bases loaded for the Twins. Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. 3-1 Phils. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Chopped foul, and we'll do it again. Got 300 people tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. And Lee wants to take a very quick breath, and he will. First pitch started at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time, so we're 2 hours into this game. Nola gets set at the chest, looks back at third, now back to the plate. The 1-2 on the way. Another foul ball, and Lee's still battling as he knifes it off. Scott, what's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for stopping by. Santana's at third, Wallner's at second, and Jeffers is over at first. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Aaron Nola gets out of the jam. The 3rd inning in a row, and he's all fired up. Bases are left loaded, and Nola gets out of the inning unscathed once again. Top of the 7th coming up. The Phillies lead it 3-1. Where is it? excellent job, Rob. Excellent job, Nola. You leave Nola in that spot because he can, and he has gotten out of situations like that today. Excellent job. Great management, and also great execution by Nola. This is why I don't understand why people don't like Nola. I understand that he gives up the home run ball, and last year, he stunk with delivering from the stretch. Every time there was a runner on base last year, he folded. It's so different this year. It's so different. So, it's great. It's great. It's beautiful. Love your energy, JJ. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game on here. We also do podcasts on here as well for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. You know what we didn't talk about today, and I didn't get to watch the press conference, but happy Matvey Michkov Day. Man, happy Michkov Day. I didn't think it was going to come for a while, and the boy is finally here. I cannot wait for him to put on an orange and black uniform. And you bet, because I don't live that far away from the skate zone, I'm going to try to cover him as much as I can. I'm going to find ways to get in. The pitch. Nat's taken for a ball. So Brock Stewart is going to pitch for the Twins. This is game number 14 for him on the season. He has a .68 ERA. Wow. And the 1-0 to Harper is inside for ball 2. Nola hasn't missed a start in 7 years, says Larry. And that's so true. He brought that up last night. 2-0 pitch. Just misses outside for ball 3. Ask away, Dom. Ask away. That's probably going to be it for Nola. And I understand why. 3 balls, no strikes, and the next pitch, and that's taken at the knees for strike 1 to Bryce Harper, who is hitless in 3 at-bats today. George! 3-1 to Harper, swing and a miss. He got a fastball right down the pipe and was late on it. And Harper wants to call for time. That was the pitch. He was looking to smack that thing and was late. The 3-2 to Harper, and he takes strike 3 at the knees. He got a fastball at 96, and he knew as soon as it was thrown, he was going to get called out. So Harper strikes out, looking for the second at-bat in a row. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, everybody. Mod Squad, how many likes do we have? Bohm up at the dish. And the pitch is low for a ball. Only 127 likes. 270 people watching. Let's go, man. Come on. Harper slammed the bat as soon as he went back to the dugout and even broke the bat like he was breaking a pencil and just used his knee and threw it away. The 1-0 pitch outside and low for ball 2 to Alec Bohm. He's doubled in his last 2 at-bats. Stewart on the bump. The 2-0 delivery. That misses low for ball 3. So back-to-back 3-0 counts. Stewart did win the battle against Harper. Can Bohm get aboard, though? .30 pitch to Bohm, inside and high, and Bohm gets on for the 3rd plate appearance in a row. And that's going to bring up Brandon Marsh. So Stephen Okert got the start today for the Twins. They decided to go with a bullpen arm in the first inning, and then David Festa came in And Festa did not last too long. Festa honestly he went 4 1/3. Then it was, after him, it was Caleb Thielbar who came in. And now, of course, it's Brock Stewart. Pitch is up high to Brandon Marsh. See those Marsh emojis in the chat? Just like Diaz right there. Nice. 1 ball and no strikes to Brandon Marsh. Stewart on the hill. Kicks, fires, and there's a ground ball hit over to second base. The throw over the shortstop, there's one. The throw back to first, and Marsh does beat it out. It's a fielder's choice ground out. But now he's hitless in 4 at-bats. And now it's Castellanos who's due up. Marsh looked like he got on top of that pitch and kept his head down, but he still kept running. That's the important thing. Sometimes you see players slow up, right when they hit the ball because they're disappointed in themselves, but I give them credit for at least hustling there. That's the mental approach of the game. Toss back to first, and Marsh just got back in there safely. That was a really good throw by Stewart. Very good pickoff attempt. And even Carlos Santana's sunglasses came flying off as he applied the tag. Dom, ask the question. 2 outs, top of the 7th, and the pitch. And that's taken for a strike. Literally ask your question. Where is JT? Did you not see what Larry just said in the chat? He said JT has the day off. Catchers often go on day games or do on day games after night games. The pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and Marsh does swipe second base, and he's in scoring position. There we go. Nice job by Marsh. 2 outs, so runner on over at second. Marsh to get on with a fielder's choice, and he gets a stolen base there. Can Castellanos come through? The count is 0-2. He's due for 3 today. The next pitch, and he slaps that one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, 3-1 Phillies lead. And the 0-2 to Castellanos, and he flares this one out to right field for a base hit. It goes over the head of Santana. Coming in to score is Marsh, and the Phillies lead at 4-1. A hat trick of hits by Castellanos. And give credit to Brandon Marsh, because even though he almost grounded into a double play, he kept his head down, he hustled, went over to first, and not only that, but he swiped second base. He's why they produced that run there. And Castellanos came through. The pitch on the way to Stott, and he fouls that one back towards the screen. No balls, 1 strike. And Marsh, we saw him grimacing when he was going back into left field. That was in the 5th inning. But he seems to be all right. The throw back to first, and Castellanos gets picked off. And that's the end of the inning. However, Castellanos does come through with the RBI opposite field single. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time out in Minnesota. All right. Picked off. And that's how the inning ends. All right. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question. Of course, this Phillies trivia question is brought to you by Ethan Baumholtz of Advisors Mortgage. If you're looking to purchase or refinance a primary residence or a second home or investment property in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, my guy Ethan Baumholtz has over 20 years of experience. He's been a very big mentor for me from a personal and professional standpoint. He's dedicated to making your mortgage process smooth and stress-free, and he's going to find the best mortgage solutions tailored to your needs. Make sure that you call Ethan today at 609-230-5558. The number is right there. The email is also there, and it's in the description down below. Give my boy Ethan a call today because he deserves it. All right, so time for Phillies trivia. I have a question for you, and if you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. So let's ask this question. All right. Which former Phillies manager is quoted as saying, "There's no pressure in baseball. Pressure is when the doctor is getting ready to cut you. Take your heart out and put it on the table." So quotes. Which former Phillies manager is quoted for saying, "There's no pressure in baseball. Pressure is when the doctor's getting ready to cut you. Take your heart out and put it on the table"? Anybody know who said that? Anybody? Richie Ashburn. Charlie Manuel. Good job. Good job. That is correct. Charlie Manuel is correct. Got it. Yep. Good job. Love that one. Very nice job. Bottom of the seventh, Orion Kirkering is going to pitch against Edward Julian. He has to face 9-1-2 in the batting order. First pitch is taken for a strike. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 0-1 is tapped foul. Aaron Nola, 6 innings on 98 pitches, 1 earned run, 3 walks allowed, 6 strikeouts. Great job by Nola today. 0-2 pitch. And that is low for a ball. Got to meet Charlie Manuel a month ago. Really, really nice guy. 1-2 pitch. Just outside. And Kirkland doesn't get the call there. Orion's ERA is at 1.69. He's 23 years old. He's 6'2", 204 pounds. And Julian will tap the next pitch foul. That was an easy one, JJ. Well, it may have been easy for you, but other people got it wrong, so just saying. 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3, and the count is now full. See, somebody said Dallas Green. She didn't get it right. Kathy Ann, that is. Our cleanup hitter. What's up, Kathy? What's good? Three balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th. And the payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. A 98-mile-per-hour high cheese fastball, and there's one away in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wow. So Kirkering with a 37 1/3 of an inning he has under his belt this season. He's gone 37 1/3. He has 42 strikeouts and 6 walks allowed. 7 walks allowed. The pitch to Willie Castro is taken for a strike. Castro hitting on the left side. The 0-1 way outside. Remember that when he went in for heart surgery? Oh, yeah. He's a warrior, man. 1-1 pitch. Miss is outside again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th. It's 4-1 Phils. Castro's up to bat. 10 pitches so far by Orion. And the next pitch is fouled away. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit those bell icons, baby. That way you'll know when we go live. Braves will play their second game of their doubleheader at 6:05. Lost the first game 9-4. 2-2 pitch. Bounced foul. Orion just had the one bad outing against the Pirates. Other than that, you take away that outing, he's gone 6 2/3 and has only allowed 7 hits and has 9 strikeouts. His ERA for the month was at 1 point, or was at a 0. He had a 1.59 ERA by June. Next pitch, and that's taken outside for ball 4. Of course, I got you, man. Larry, drop your link down below, my guy. Appreciate you for coming on here. So Kerkering allows a walk. That's only the second walk that he's allowed this month. He's allowed 2 walks in each month now. So how many walks was that? Well, you guessed it. 10. March, April, May, June, and July. 2 times 5 is 10. 1-0 pitch. Popped up. And it's a foul ball that goes into the seats. So Trevor Larnach is up to bat. One ball, 1 strike. And the next one is wide. Braves play again tonight. Yep, 6:05. Matt Strahm is warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Is that the 3rd day in a row that they may use him? 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That sweeper was disgusting. It was just at the knees. A lot of velocity on that one. Two balls and 2 strikes. And the next pitch is fouled off. Cubs lead at 2-1 against the Brewers. Rockies have a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st against the Red Sox. Cubs game is in the bottom of the 4th. 2 final scores today. Pirates were able to shut out the Cardinals 5-0. Martin Perez pitched a shutout. Next pitch is wide for ball 3. Braves also lost 9-4. Mole got the win. 3-2 pitch. Outside for ball 4. So this is the first time this season that he has allowed 2 walks, Orion Kerkering, in the same inning. And now Caleb Cotham is going to have a conversation. So that's now 4 innings in a row where the Twins have had runners at 1st and 2nd. And now it's Byron Buxton who's coming up to the plate. So he strikes out Julian, walks Castro, walks Larnach, and here comes the tying run to the plate. And it's the big, bad Byron Buxton. One gone. Buxton today, 1 for 3. He doubled in his first at-bat. Down the third baseline. Do you like that? The big, bad Byron Buxton? That's a very good alliteration, I thought. And he is. He's a power hitter. Pitch. And that hits Buxton right on the hand. and he is squinting in some pain. Oh, man. He's going to get checked out by the trainers. Rob Thompson is thinking about challenging this. The scoring decision was that he got hit by the pitch. They wanted to see if it hit the knob of the bat. They decided not to, and Rob has seen enough, and he's going to pull the plug and go to Matt Strahm, wise decision. So bottom of the 7th, and after striking out Edward Julian, Willie Castro and Trevor Larnach get on with walks, and Byron Buxton gets hit by a pitch. And now Matt Strahm's going to come in, so the tying run's over at first, and the go-ahead run is up at the plate. And Kepler's coming up, out of all people. Good job, Rob. That is what you call situational awareness. Rob has been pushing the right buttons today. You're so sick of this bullpen. You're sick of this bullpen lately. Yep. All right. Big spot here. My name's Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit those bell icons, man. We grind on here every single day. If you want to donate to the channel, you're more than welcome to. Thelma, again, shout out to you if you are still tuning in. You gave us a $50 donation. And honestly, we're going to ring that bell again for you. $50 donation, man. That's beyond generous. All right. Nola should have stayed. Nola gets out of the jam in the 6th inning with the bases loaded. And you're telling me after 3 spots in a row where he had traffic on the bases that he should have stayed in the game as he looked tired out there? I don't know what your eyes were telling you, but my eyes said that Nola, after that was his last batter. Did that really hit Buxton? I don't know. He's over at first base. Phillies decided, I don't think that they challenged it. So Matt Strahm is going to go out there to pitch for the Phils. He did get the save in last night's game. That was his first save of the season. He is 1 for 5 in save opportunities. We're not at that point of the game yet, but it is a closer spot here. You got to shut the door here. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Twins are threatening. So far today, they have been absolutely bad with runners in scoring position. They're 0 for 5. They've left 7 guys on base. First pitch to Kepler. Outside, and Strahm is behind in the count. Buxton, Kepler, Santana, and Wallner each have a hit. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit over to first base. The flip over the second. There's one. The throw to first. Not in time. It's a fielder's choice, an RBI fielder's choice ground out. That does put runners at second and third. Got to give Kepler credit for hustling. Harper made the wise decision to throw it over to second base and then just tag the bag or try to go back to the bag over at first. Strahm did cover for him, and good speed by Kepler. So the out was big, and that was important, but now it is a 2-run game, and that's going to put runners at first and third. So scoring there was Willie Castro. Larnach's over at third, and Buxton was out at second. Kepler's over at first. Now it's Santana who's up. Go-ahead run still at the plate. The pitch on the way. Strike 1 on the outside edge. There's not much you can do there. That was honestly a nice play. 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, but they checked his swing to see if he went, and he did go. He did not go. What? Appeal was no swing. Let's see again. It was close. Thought it should have been called a strike anyways. All right. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carlos Santana. The windup and the pitch. And Strom does not get the call. It was a little bit low. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch, here it is. Swung on, hit out towards left field. Marsh is going back towards the track, and he can't make the catch. And, well, the Twins are going to get a run home. 2 runs home, actually, on the 2-run double by Carlos Santana. Marsh, I think, lost it in the lights or something. It went back towards the track. Santana thought he may have had it gone, and Marsh could not make the catch. He turned over his shoulder. He was right there and just could not catch it. He has to make that catch there. So the go-ahead run's now over at second. It's 4-4, a brand new game. And now Matt Wallner is coming up to bat. He should have caught that. Turned over his shoulder. The ball was right there, right in front of him. He could have made a basket catch. And he didn't. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. Not a good pitch thrown either by Strom. The 0-1 outside for a ball. Up to bat is Matt Wallner. Manuel Margot is actually going to pinch hit, Came in to pinch hit last night. He's 0 for 24 as a pinch hitter this season. 1-1. Fly ball. Hit out over to right field. Castellanos will jog on in towards the plate and make the catch. And the inning is over. Well, we go to the top of the 8th inning. It's 4-4. Brandon Marsh not able to make a catch out in left field, and that's how the Twins tie it back on a 2-run double. He had it timed up and everything. He did. And for some reason, he slowed up and just couldn't catch it. All right. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I love each and every one of you, man. We need 5 more subs to get us to 3530. The funny part is, though, is that Marsh, we gave him credit before because he produced that extra run by Castellanos, who had the RBI single. So, Marsh is the reason why we got another run, but also he has to make that catch. It's crazy. 64 and 98 incoming for the Phils, says David. Yep. So, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I love each and every one of you, man. I know that we have a rocky baseball game, but it's been a fun season. And I'm with this team no matter what. Ups and downs. That's what we do on here. Our job is to call the game. All right. So we go to the top of the 8th. Stott, Stubbs, and Rojas are all due up in the lineup. What a ball game. The sad part is that Nola's not going to get the win. That's the sad part. Correct, Donna. Correct. What's up, Donna? Thanks so much for coming on. Two things can be true, though, Brian. Strom had a bad pitch, and Marsh should have made that catch. And it's not over. There's still plenty of baseball left to go. But that was pretty critical. All right, so Stott's coming up to bat. It's 4-4. A brand new game as we're in the top of the 8th. Sands will be pitching. He pitched last night. And the first pitch is taken at the knees for a strike. Cole Sands is pitching in game number 39. He has a 3.38 ERA. And the 0-1 just barely misses outside for a ball. George! 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 1-1. That's taken on the outside edge for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott. And the pitch to Stott, swing and a miss. He got a splitter, and he chased after it in the dirt. And there's one away. Excuse me, Sands pitched on Monday. He did not pitch last night. He went 2 innings on Monday and had 2 strikeouts on 30 pitches. The pitch, and that is up high and inside for a ball. The New Jersey Phillies? You mean the New Jersey Sixers? 1-0 pitch. Line drive, it's a rocket, but it's a foul ball. Not the New Jersey Phillies. Wrong sport, my guy. And we don't know if that's officially going to be a thing. New Jersey Phillies. Watch before you speak. The 1-1. Outside for ball 2. But you know I'm just playing with you. It is the Sixers, though. 2-1 to Stubbs. Pops it up, and it's a foul ball right behind the plate. And the count is now 2-2. Oh, it's the Sixers. My apologies. Yes, it's okay. You got it. You're confusing them with the Jets and the Giants. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. That was a high fastball at 95 at the eye level. And Sands records his second strikeout in a row, and there's 2 away. So now it's Rojas' turn. Bro, we have 268 people. I'm sure that not all of you have hit the subscribe button, and some of you are probably chatting on here. If you could just do me a solid and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that. The pitch to Rojas, and that's taken for a ball. Sands gets set at the belt, not wasting any time, and the 1-0 is low for ball 2. Rojas did have a sack bunt his last time up, and that led to the 2-run single by Kyle Schwarber. 2-0 to Rojas. Swung on and launched out to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Wow. Just missed it. So it's now a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Outside for ball 3. How many likes do we have? We have 120. We have 154. Let's get to 200 so we can go rate somebody else. 3-1. Just on the outside corner at 95. Ross is going to call for time here, and rightfully so. All right, so the count is full. There's 2 outs, nobody on. Phillies are tied 4-4. Cole Sands is pitching for the Twins. And the payoff pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over to right field. It's going to stay in the yard. And backpedaling is Kepler, and he makes the catch right on the track. There's a 1-2-3 inning by Cole Sands, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. All knotted up at 4 apiece. All right. What was I going to say? I'm the type of person that likes to, give facts on both sides of the diamond, or both sides of the court, both sides of the gridiron. I do. I like to keep it fair as a broadcast. Of course, we cover the Phillies, and we root for them, and we praise them when things are going well, and when things aren't going so well, we criticize them. But, with that being said, I didn't know this. I really had no clue that Kirby Puckett passed away in 2006. I really didn't realize it was that long ago. Had no clue. And I like to give, fun facts and talk about the other side of things because I've always learned, even though I like to do this professionally, it's so nice to have other types of facts and evidence that's out there. Like if I just told you everything about the Phillies, honestly, it's a turnoff for some of our other fans that tune in. But also B, it raises more conversation, It does. And it's a divergence, especially when things right now aren't going so well. It's nice to be able to talk about some other things. We had no clue that Kirby Puckett passed in 2006. Brock Stewart today was actually just reinstated from the IL. He was on the 60-day IL. And he pitched earlier today. The pitch. Here it is, and that is inside for a ball. So Ryan Jeffers is hitting, and Jeff Hoffman is pitching. The 1-0 to Jeffers. Up high for ball 2. Hoffman's on the bump. I'd like to see Hoffman try to attack the zone here. One with a slider and a sinker first. 2-0. That's fouled back towards the screen. Warming up for the Twins. It's Joan Duran, who blew an opportunity last night, and he's going to try to get another crack at it today. 2-1. Popped up. Hit out over towards the second base side. And there to make the catch is Bryson Stott. And there's one away. Less arguing and more conversation. Yep. And sometimes, it's a little bit annoying because, how the game is going, right? So why emphasize that if we've emphasized certain things before? That saves it for our recap, so let's try to diverge the conversation in another direction. Pitch, and that's fouled away. If any of you have not answered the poll question, what are y'all waiting for? I want to know if we like the 1 p.m. start times on Wednesday afternoons. I'm okay with it. I think it's cool. In the summertime. 0-1. That is swung on and missed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do we like it or not like it in the afternoon, in the summer? Next pitch, and that's taken low for a ball. One out, bottom of the 8th. And the 1-2 is slapped foul. What was an obvious statement? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to somebody else in the comments section? Two more subs, so we got to 35-30. Let's go. Lee at the plate. And the 1-2, another foul ball. The Twins have put up a lot of really good at-bats overall today. Hoffman gets set at the belt. Lines up and delivers the pitch. Line drive it out over to center field, and Rojas will let it play on the bounce as it drops in for a hit. And Brooks Lee, gets his first hit of the game. And it's a one-out single. Hey there, JJ, making a steak in my slow cooker and having some cavatappi as a side for dinner. Nice. That sounds great. Thanks so much for coming on here, Lombardi. Falco Lombardi. There's Julian at the plate, and he bounces the first pitch foul. That's Cecilo's question. We should definitely collab again, though. The ball is one strike. Hoffman kicks, fires, and that four-seamer is in the dirt. Twins have an off day tomorrow, and then they go to Detroit this weekend. Phillies host the Guardians at home. They have an off day tomorrow, too. 1-1, taken all the way for strike two at the kneecaps. Phillies don't have to face Pablo Lopez, but he'll pitch on Friday night's game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. And there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th. That pitch rung up Julian, and he was just staring up until he was called out. That pitch took him by surprise. So now it's Willie Castro who's coming up. Go-ahead runs at first and the pitch. And it's inside and low. It's going to get away from Stubbs, and jogging on over to second base on the wild pitch is Brooks Lee. Just focus on the batter. That's all you got to do here. Focus on the batter. Stubbs probably should have blocked that. He tried to backhand it at the last second as it bounced in front of him, and then it just deflected off of his glove, went over towards the third base side, and he had to run in between first and third to go get it. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the pitch, swing and a miss. Good splitter thrown by Hoffman. Came in at 90 miles per hour. Why do we have so many Negadelphians in the chat? Can somebody be positive? 1-1. That's fouled off. I understand, but does anybody else think that they're actually still going to win this game? Because I still do. 1-2 is the count. 2 gone, bottom of the 8th. And a runner on over at second. And the pitch fouled away. Castro is hitting .235 against righties and .341 against lefties. 1-2 pitch, another breaking ball that's in the dirt, and it almost got away from Stubbs again. He had to sort of move Castro out of the way as it went into the left side of the box. Whew. He probably should have been able to block that one, too. But nonetheless, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go ahead run at second, and the 2-2 pitch outside for ball 3. You and Philly run it back on my favorite play-by-play. DJ is the man, bro. Shout out to DJ. Went to Hershey to meet him on July 4th. That was really cool. Shout out to DJ, man. Big payoff pitch coming up. Here it is. The 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. He went after the splitter and he slams the bat down. And Hoffman gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. All right, top of the 9th coming up. Phillies will have the top of the order facing Joan Duran. Can't believe he went after that splitter. Good for Jeff. Good by Hoffman. Great. He made it look good. I will say that. All right. 299 people tuning in. Long story short, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We go on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. We also do podcasts on this channel as well. Later today, tomorrow and later today, we're going to catch up on the Sixers and the Birds. So be on the lookout for a couple of podcasts over the next couple of days because we're going to be catching up with them because there have been a lot of things going on in their worlds. Training camp obviously started today for the Birds. Obviously didn't really get a chance to watch it and haven't been able to keep up with everything because we got a game going on right now. And then the Sixers, mixing up my sports. The Sixers made another big signing yesterday and were able to get Reggie Jackson. So there's that to talk about as well. Summer League and also Olympics as well. So, and we're going to be covering the Olympics. We're going to start doing basketball. We're also going to be doing volleyball and tennis on here as well. Phillies are the number one priority, but those are the types of things we're going to be doing over the next couple weeks, and I'm excited. All right, so Joan Duran has a 3.62 ERA, 15 for 16 in save opportunities. He pitched last night. He has good stuff. The Phillies were just able to put up some really good at-bats against him, and they rocked him last night. His splitter comes in at 100 miles per hour. Just insane. I've never seen a splitter do that. So here we go. Kyle Schwarber's up to bat. And the first pitch, that's a splitter at 97, and it's a called strike, even though it looked a little high. Good stuff he has. You got to be careful. So no balls, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. And the 0-1 delivery. That's on the outside edge, another splitter at 97. Kyle today 1 for 3. He had the big 2-run single. Hopefully that got the Demons and broke the ice. 0-2 pitch. Way outside for a ball. See those Schwarber emojis in the chat? Come on, man. The 1-2 to Schwarber. Inside and low. Charge! Soto getting warmed up in the Phillies bullpen. Don't forget, we'll have a recap after this game. The 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss. That splitter was at 98 miles per hour, and Schwarber strikes out. The pitch was at the knees, and Schwarber didn't think it was coming. It's pretty late. Comes Trey Turner, and the pitch. High bouncer, hit back over towards the left side of the mound, And Turner is out on the underhanded throw over to first by Joan Duran. Yeah, I want some trade news to distract me from the current state of this team. But you're also here because you don't want to be distracted. Because you want to know how the team is doing. So it's a lose-lose situation for you. Gregory Soto is the only reliever up in the bullpen right now for the Phils. You're going to have to go to him by default. Come on, Harper. 2 outs, nobody on. And the pitch way up high at 101 miles per hour. Duran allowed the 1-out double to Harper last night. And Harper looking to win another battle here. The 1-0 pitch. And Duran doesn't get the call that time. It looked a little bit outside. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Harper. And the pitch. Line drive, foul. Now you get it, JJ. Of course I get it. The 2-1 pitch. And there's a little tapper hit over towards second base, and the throw over to first is in time. And Joan Duran gets himself a 1-2-3 inning. And the Twins are coming up to bat as we go to the bottom of the 9th, all tied up at 4 apiece. All right. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. One more sub till we get to 3530. And you're more than welcome to donate to the channel as well. We got a $50 donation earlier today, which was absolutely awesome by Thelma. JJ starting to understand Negadelphia. I get it. I've always understood it, but I can't understand it with this season, with the way that things have gone. I'm just saying this year. It's been literally all nothing but positives this year. And why so negative now? Why? That's what I don't understand. If we're used to the heartbreak, that's one thing, but we have to kind of keep an open mind at the same time. That's the way that I look at it. And if I was just, negative, I'm not being me. Now I criticize the team when they're doing bad. I've definitely made points last night. I did not leave Rob Thompson off the hook. Today I have a lot of things to say. Brandon Marsh, he has to make that catch. So, thank you for helping us get to 3530 subs. Again, we go on for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. We have, how many likes do we have on here, mods? I'm going to refresh the page. 174. You have to go to Soto here. There's nobody else that you can go to. I'm not going to Alvarado in this spot here. I'm just not. Larnach, Buxton, and Kepler all due up. This is a bad loss. Well, let's be real. This Minnesota Twins team is the 7th best team, the 8th best team in baseball. Is that a bad loss? I mean, with the way things have gone, yes. In this game, this is a loss that they probably shouldn't have had. But to be fair, last night they shouldn't have won last night's game, and they did. That's the nature of the sport. Bottom of the 9th, and the pitch outside by Gregory Soto. Last night they didn't deserve to win. But then in the 9th they did. Pitch. And that is outside for a ball. It's called a strike, actually. So it's a 1-1 count. Soto gets set, fires, and delivers. And that's in the dirt for ball 2. Here we go. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 9th. All knotted up at 4 apiece. And the 2-1 is way inside. Almost got a piece of Larnach. Or did it? Did it say that it hit him? He still was over at home plate. Nick Lentz said that hit him. And I couldn't tell from the angle because they switched camera angles here. But let's see if it got him on the jersey. It may have. It may have. I don't know if the Phillies are going to challenge this. Yeah, it caught him. It got him right there. You could see the jersey move. So, hit by pitch. And that's how we start off the bottom of the 9th. So now it's Byron Buxton who's coming up to bat. Or Martin, I should say. The pitch. And that is wide. It's going to get away from Garrett Stubbs and jogging on over to second base is Trevor Larnach. So Buxton came out of the game, and Martin is pinch hitting for him. That hit him, Sean. Or that hit him, Daniel. His jersey moved. 1 ball, no strikes. Soto kicks, delivers, and the pitch. It's bunted over towards the mound, and Soto's going to throw it over to first, and the runner does go over to third. Larnach, the winning run, is 90 feet away from scoring, but the sacrifice is complete. And now it's Max Kepler who's coming up. I wonder if they should, honestly, in my opinion, they should just walk him here. I think you got to walk him. But they're not going to. Pitch to Kepler, swing and a miss. Came running inside at 96. I'm surprised he went after that. Infield playing in. You don't want to walk him here? I don't understand that. The 0-1 outside. And it's now a 1-1 count. Kepler today 1 for 4. Had the triple back in the 4th and scored a run. 1-1 pitch. Way inside. It was a sweeper at 82 miles per hour. I think you got to walk him. No spoilers in the chat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Twins and Phillies tied 4-4. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Twins looking to walk it off. They have the winning run over at third base. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, that slider looks absolutely filthy. So it's a 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch on the way. And it hits off the knob of the bat. That came running inside. And Soto may have dodged a bullet there. It's a foul ball. Literally hit off the knob of the bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Max Kepler. The pitch on the way. Ground ball back up the middle. And Stott is just going to eat it up. And that's the ball game. An RBI walk-off, fielder's choice ground out. Or an RBI ground out to end the game. And the Twins walk it off and win 5-4. I got a lot to say. They roll it as an infield single, and that's how the Twins win. Wow. Another road series loss for the Phils, and they will face the Guardians at home at the bank. All right. Before I give it back to you guys, first and foremost, thank you all so much for tuning in on here. I appreciate that. It was hit back up the middle. Stott made a sliding stop. and Kepler gets on with an infield single to win the game. All right. I got a lot to say. I do. First and foremost, because this is fresh in my head. All right, Connor, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Stop spamming the chat, my guy. I can't do that. I don't know why in that situation you just don't walk Kepler. That was Rob's mistake. You got to walk Kepler. You got a double play ground out to end the inning. That, to me, is terrible decision making. And Rob has been on point all game. How do you not intentionally walk Max Kepler with a runner at third and one out? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. A couple other things I wanted to go back to. Nola pitched great today. Aaron Nola was really good today, and I was feeling really positive at the time when he got out of that bases loaded jam. Right move for Rob to keep him in. Aaron Nola was special. He had bases loaded in that sixth inning and still got out of that jam. He also, before that, in the fourth and in the fifth inning, was able to get out of big jams that way too. He did. He was really good today. Really, really sharp. Just allowed the home run to Matt Wallman. Other than that one bad pitch, really, he was awesome. And I have to kind of, even though they lost this game, I have to say Nola was really good. So I'm proud of Aaron Nola. He actually had a bounce-back performance after his last bad start that he had to start off the second half of the season. He was great today. He looked really good out there on the bump. It was nice to see Kyle Schwarber get a nice 2-run single, and Johan Rojas had that nice sacrifice bunt. Marsh had that one play where he ended up getting a fielder's choice ground out and ended up stealing second base with 2 outs. You know, he could have just kept his head down, but he hustled. And then Castellanos gets the RBI single. But where the game unfolded was the bullpen. Again, this bullpen, the only reliable guys right now out of this pen are Jeff Hoffman. That's it. Orion has not been bad. Orion just did not have a good day today. He didn't have a good day. But this bullpen has been honestly losing them some games now. The offense did just enough, even though they could have gotten more runs. Offense was doing fine, and then the bullpen blew it. They did. And you had the pitch right down the middle that Strom gave up to Carlos Santana. Of course Brandon Marsh has to make that catch. Of course he does. That's on Brandon Marsh and Brandon Marsh only. Bad pitch. Terrible play. That was a rally killer. That was a mojo killer. That was the turning point of the game, in my opinion. Just like Michael just said. That can't happen. What else really bugged me? I'm not bothered that Rob decided to go with Soto because he was limited with his options. And he had to use Hoffman when he did. Had to use Strom when he did. Had to use Orion when he did. Unfortunately, this is why you had to keep Nola out there to get out of the sixth inning. That's exactly why you had to do it. Unfortunately, Gregory Soto did not hold up his end of the bargain. And you had to go to him by default. Where I criticize Rob, though, is not intentionally walking Max Kepler. That can't happen. Analytics say that he's had success against Gregory Soto. There's one out in the bottom of the ninth. You have a runner on over at third base. He looks wild out there. You got to walk him. Hope and pray that Santana grounds into a double play. So, that's where I am. Disappointing, disgusting loss for sure. Absolutely. You have a right to be mad. This was a series where I honestly thought, I don't care how the Twins are. I mean, the Twins are not a bad team. They're not. But they still should have won. They didn't deserve to win yesterday until the 9th inning. They just look lifeless out there. And something has to change. They've lost the mojo. That we knew that there was going to be a downfall. And now it's been a couple weeks. How did they snap out of this? The good news is that they're going home. The bad news is that you're playing the Guardians now. I believe that at home, they can make noise. But it doesn't get easier because you're playing the Guardians and the Yankees. Then you have to go face Seattle. Then you got to face the Dodgers. I'm happy that they won the games when they did back in April and May because I figured that there was going to be a slump sometime. But with the lack of life out there, it's not good. It's not good. But yeah. So my takeaways are Nola pitched great. It was a wasted outing from the Phillies from the team as a whole. Bullpen continues to raise question marks now. Brandon Marsh's defense was bad. And Phillies made some honestly, I know that that's not going to be a big point talking about it, but Castellanos made another base running mistake, and these base running problems continue to just annoy me too. So, anyhow. All right. How would you describe that game in one word? Let us know down below, because I'd like to hear your thoughts. Robert says the Phils need a good closer, and right now they don't. Being a former pitcher, I always appreciated a good reliever when I pitch. Too many walks and wild pitches. Yeah, but you also understand that this is a part of the grind. I'm not giving them excuses. Unfortunately, during the season, you're going to have ups and downs. Right now, Strom has a down. Alvarado has been really, really down. But we know that when Alvarado is electric, he's phenomenal. Unfortunately, now is the time where they're struggling. So, Brian says bums. I'm not going to go that far. But it was a bummer of a game. I agree with that. But to call the Phillies bums, that's too far. Soto sucks. Soto was not good. Marsh dropping that ball was the turning point. Soto was wild. He did his wild thing. Yeah. Phillies pitching is a huge issue. They're just... I'm not overly concerned about the bullpen. I would love for them to get another arm. I am a little bit worried about Ranger, but I also just know that this is a part of the season, guys. There's 162 games. Unfortunately, they're hitting this wall now. And they can snap out of it. How are they going to and when will they? I don't know. I think that a trade addition would be nice, but I don't know. They definitely need to get another arm. I agree. They need another outfielder. Yes, absolutely. But they're just going through a rough stretch. That's a part of a season, isn't it? Isn't that a part of the journey? Soto pitching 2 days in a row is wild now. You had to go to him. I hate to say it. You had to go to him. Are you going to Jose Ruiz in that spot? Are you going to Jose Alvarado in that spot? I'm not doing that. Who else? Should I name other people? How about Sir Anthony Dominguez? You going to him in that spot? I don't think so. You were limited. unfortunately, you had to use him. But where Rob screwed up was by not intentionally walking Max Kepler. I'm not saying that Carlos Santana wouldn't have walked it off, because he could have. But that's just decision-making there. That's just knowing the situation. You have a runner on at third base. How is he not being intentionally walked with one out? That's what annoys me. That's where I criticize Rob. You had to go to him by default. But in that situation, he has to walk him. Put him on at first. Phillies blew the playoff lead at home last year. Home field not even helping this pitching. That's also not a fact either. Ranger Suarez at home this year. Do I have to read you his stats at home? I could do that. That's also not a fact either. At home, he has a 2.86 ERA, 54 strikeouts, and 56 and two-thirds he's gone. That's pretty good. Christopher Sanchez's home record is like, his home stats are like Cy Young worthy. I mean, come on. We can be disappointed in how they're doing now, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think the boys are drained from all the traveling, so hopefully they'll be back in a groove once they're back home in Philly. I'm not looking at that either, Justin, because you're letting them off the hook as to how they wet the bed against the Oakland Athletics. Unacceptable. They scored 18 runs against you at home, and it's the A's, for crying out loud. You can't let that off the hook. That was before the All-Star break. Nola and Wheeler are fine. Pathetic. Consistent, says John. I think we take the series against the Guardians and the Yankees, but get swept by the Mariners, says Pickle Football. Up 3 runs in the 7th and blow the game is bum. Keep it clean on here. Is bummer stuff. What else do we have? I could talk about this all day. We are now seeing the team that played Arizona in the playoffs last year. That's our problem. JJ, I'm not going to lie. I can't keep defending them. This doesn't just seem like a normal slump. I think we might start losing it in general. I'm not there yet. They have to put up a month of bad baseball. They'd have to be absolutely lifeless. Absolutely lifeless. They swept the Dodgers like 2 weeks ago, and we were feeling pretty good. The Dodgers. Right now, they're going through some sort of cold stretch. I expect Bryce, Bohm, and Turner, and for the Phillies in general, to hit. If you think that they're just going to fold the rest of the season, I'm not there with you now. We don't even know if they're going to make a move at the deadline. And they are. They're going to go after another outfielder, and they're going to get another pitcher. So I disagree with that. I think that we're in a slump, and that's just how it is. You go through the ups and downs. Eagles definitely had a down last year, and maybe you're used to, thinking about last year's Birds when winning was on their side, and then the pendulum swings in the other direction, and they just start losing everything. But I'm not there yet. Drained, had a week off. Yep. All right. I'm done. I'm done babbling. I'm done. Be on the lookout for some pods over the next couple of days. I might post one tonight. I'm definitely going to post at least one tomorrow. We'll talk about the Sixers. We'll talk about the Birds. Tough loss for the Phillies today, that's for sure. But they'll be back on Friday. We'll be back on calling that game. I love you guys to death. Thank you all so much for rocking with me, and I will catch you all on the next one.